Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with AC Milan. Taking on Verona just now, as you can see. They are bottom currently of Serie A. When we took them on earlier at their patch, we were 2-0 up at half time. They ended up drawing the game at 2 each, so we definitely need to do better than that today if we want to win, even if they are down on the bottom of the league. We've got a couple of people out of this game through suspension front, Kessie being one of the most notable. Bilia will come in to replace him, but we've got quite a few of them here actually to replace. Let's have a look. Frank Kessie obviously out there. Calabria in. Calabria will come in for Paletta, which will put Romagnoli back where he belongs and Calabria up there. Calabria can be automatic again. Bonaventura and Çalhanoğlu both miss out on this game, so Zaniolato is going to come in for Çalhanoğlu, pardon me. Can anybody do this? No, not particularly. So Zaniolato will come in, he will drop back here, he will just be an automatic central midfielder, and up front we will play Andre Silva along with Nikola Kalinic. So Silva will be an attacking complete forward and Kalinic will be an advanced forward. So they're lacking a bit of support in behind him there. It's kind of a negative tactic. The only thing I'm hoping is that we still manage to get enough going forward, because we're against a rather weak team that I would expect us to beat. What I will do today, I'm going to rest Barzagli for a game and I'm going to bring in Sportelli. So that's that young man getting a game today. 4-1-4-1 with Gianpaolo Pazzini up front for Verona. Hopefully, as I say, we should be able to beat them. They're on the bottom of the league. They're not playing particularly well. I'm going to tell the guys to push forward because it is a rather negative formation. We need to make sure the three in the midfield try and get forward more often. I'd like to think we'd have a lot of possession given that we've got a compact midfield. Lazovic has acres of space to try and hit one for Verona, though. He does, it's blocked. Kalinic will get that and they can break now. We can break, pardon me. Silva now, a lovely spin. Silva's probably going to go himself even though he should hold it up. No, he goes for Conte. What the fuck was that? Conte whips it in, it's headed down and Zaniolato blazes it over the bar. But seriously, Andre Silva, what? I don't even know. It should be 1-0, it should, but that was a terrible pass. Caceres to Fossati now, Fossati holds it up, back to Lazovic now. He cuts it inside, Zaniolato will pinch it, Calabria can look forward. The three in the midfield are a bit too static here. Bilia, Zaniolato. Okay, they've not played together and it's not a formation we're used to with playing the three central there. But a good ball by Zaniolato for Calabria. Calabria has to stretch and win it. He does take it off Lazovic. Zaniolato into Silva with a nice touch. Turns, hits it, and it's a lovely finish to the bottom right hand corner. Nicolo Zaniolato will get the assist for that one, but it was all Silva really with the work there. And Lazovic, I have to say, for Verona, looks like he's having a torrid time. He's lost the ball for both highlights, and he was bullied there basically by Calabria to maintain it. Fossati whips it in though for Verona. It's headed, it's over the bar. And that was a chance for Verona to get back into it here. You have to say though, Verona clearly pushing us because a lot of the highlights have started at our end. Calabria to Bilia now, it's cleared long, Pazzini will pick it up, he lacks support thankfully. Pazzini now closed down, Calabria another brilliant challenge, he's been playing really well today in the opening 11. Locatelli picks it up, he plays it forward, Zaniolato who's also looked good in the opening minutes. Zaniolato shielding this well, flicks it to Locatelli, good ball back to Bilia, playing in a nice little triangle. Bilia to Locatelli now, he holds it up as well to Kalinic, it's a good ball on the shoulder of the defender, down he goes, penalty after 12 minutes, and we have a chance to make it 2-0. I think it's Bilia that will take the pen, is that right? Let me click him, yes it is indeed, Lucas Bilia who will take the penalty to put us 2-0 up after 12.5 minutes, just waiting for the referee's signal. Bilia scores. It's a decent penalty. And it's 2-0. It's brilliant in terms of getting an early lead in a game when I wasn't sure about the formation, where I decided to give a young centre-back a chance too. Kalinic, and it's 3-0 after only 15 minutes, and you can see why Verona are bottom of the pile. I mean, it's been far, far too easy for what's a team that I've kind of thrown together today, in all honesty. Bonucci to take a free kick now. It's deflected. No, it's not deflected. It's just went over the bar. And 25 minutes in, it's looking like an absolute destruction today. Verona will have to be careful. We will make some changes at half time. We're going to bring on Bellanova, I think, and we might even give Catroni and Borini a chance as a pairing up front. Borini hasn't featured for some time now. Conte back to Biglia, maintains possession. Locatelli to Zaniolato quickly. Zaniolato to Silva, it's a good ball. Calabria trying to provide some support. It is poked out to Calabria. Can he get a whip in from the touchline? He has to challenge a man, win it back, put it in. Zaniolato onto Silva and it's in. And let's just talk about the work from Calabria to maintain that ball. Bloody hell, what a tackle. Whipped it in, great finish. Zaniolato with another assist. It's a brace for Silva. I almost feel harsh if I was to take him off, but I think I will anyway. Although I might rest Romagnoli actually and bring on Paletta. Let's have a little look at players who may need a rest. Oh, passionate, very impressed of course. 4-0 half time. Watch Verona come back for 4-4. Bellanova's coming on the right there. Paletta will come on for Romagnoli, and I will give... screw it, I'll give Borini a shot up front. Yeah, Borini can just stay as an advance forward like Calabria was. So bringing on Paletta and Bellanova, Romagnoli and Calabria go off. No, not Calabria, sorry, Kalinic. And Paletta is on for Romagnoli to give him a rest. And that's all three changes been made. We are 1 point behind Juventus, as Moise Kean will come on for Verona, who are going with a bit more of a positive outlook in the second half. You've got to say it's too late for them, of course, but they've done okay. Statistically, they've done actually okay. We've had 10 shots, they've had 7. They've had 47% possession. They've had slightly more fouls, but we've actually received more cards, so they've not been atrocious in terms of what the stats are saying about them, but they've not created very much at all, and they've been picked apart far too easily at the back. Second half they were very rigid, but you have to say it's probably because we took the foot off the gas, as Bellanova picking it up now out on the right hand side, still going, just managed to barge his way through. Locatelli now, 20 seconds remain, and you probably think that we're just going to see this out now. Sportelli pokes it through to Zaniolato, and it's a clean sheet for a defence with Sportelli playing in there. That's good news for us. I still like the young man. Andre Silva pings it out to Bellanova. He just gives it away, and that will be time. 4-0 AC Milan, and still not packing the stands here, but everybody who has come today will be delighted with what they've seen. We have Bologna next on Sunday, and that is of course after Juventus play their game. Goal glut. We've qualified for the Champions League. Initial budget set at 30 million, which we can work with. Classy Silva on form. What is he worth? 21.5. That's a bit harsh. He's worth more than that, I'd say. Yep, so we've moved on from that Juventus defeat. Got a clean sheet back under our belts and a big win. Then we're against Bologna next time out. Where are we? Lazio Juve is indeed the Saturday game before we play on Sunday. So we need Lazio to do something for us. We need them to give us a helping hand. I'm hopeful. It's the toughest game that either of us have left. Their game away at Lazio. We've got a couple of away games each, and we've got a couple of easy home games each. Well, you say easy, I don't like the word easy, but we've got a couple of games each that you would be expecting us to win. There'll probably be 1 or 2 slip-ups, I'd think, even within those so-called easy fixtures, but the big one for them to slip up in is away now at Lazio. So if they were to breeze that game after beating us, I would be concerned that they're gonna see out the rest of the season and just manage to maintain the title. Of course, we're going to have to do everything in our power to try and stop that from happening. But Juventus have it in their hands. They're they're 1 clear now, 1 game in hand. No games in hand. They're 1 point clear. So that means if they drop any points, then we can be there to pounce. But unfortunately, that means they have to drop points first. Hopefully, Lazio can do something. Lazio challenging, hopefully, for those European places, will be buoyed on to try and do something. Newcastle get a win. Torino 0-0 with Inter. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It is Lazio 0, Juventus 0. If we beat Bologna, we go top of the table. Let's hope it doesn't weigh too heavy on the shoulders of the players. If we beat Bologna, we go top of the table. There is a 2-point gap between ourselves and Juventus just now, with a game in hand, obviously being the Bologna game. If we can see out this episode with 4 games to play, 1 point clear of Juve, I'll be over the moon. So, who's ready to come back? Frank Kessie can come back in. Bellanova can move up there. Let's just mess about with this a little bit to put them all back in a good order. Right, then we go with Cotrone. So we put the main 7 subs there, and then the other one can be a contingent afterwards. Çalhanoğlu, I suppose, might as well come back in, even though he's not going to get a chance to get on today. Zaniolato played really, really well, but the question is, how long will that last? Do we play Bonaventura, or do we keep this? Do you know what? I'm going to keep this. I'm going to keep what we played. I'm going to bring Barzagli back in for Sportelli, but I'm going to keep this 3 central midfielders, 2 strikers formation, at least until Çalhanoğlu is back up and running to play the 2 attacking midfielders. So it's going to be exactly the... no, we're going to play Frank Kessie. Other than that, it's going to be exactly the same. We're going to play Donnarumma, Barzagli, Bonucci, Romagnoli, Conte, Calabria, Locatelli, Zaniolato, Kessie, Kalinic and Silva. That's exactly what we're going to do. Wow. 3-4-2-1. Super defensive from Bologna today. It's going to be tough to break them down, I suspect. Obviously, we're the favourites for this game. I would expect to win it. We'll tell them to get creative, because I think we're going to have to try and get through that absolute blockade. And I reject the notion that the stadium would be this empty when we have the chance to go top of the league with 4 games remaining. If we win this, we're top of the league. There's no way the stadium would be this empty. As Messina goes wide, whips it in, it's easy for Donnarumma to collect. Let's hope that's the only time Bologna get to venture forward. Former Interman Rodrigo Palacio leading the line for Bologna today. A very negative Bologna setup. 15 minutes gone. We're bossing the statistics, but we haven't created anything, unfortunately. Locatelli's injured. Well, Lucas Biglia is indeed going to come back in for this game then. Unfortunate, but he's in place of Locatelli. Picked up an injury. What kind of injury are we looking at? Potential head injury. Hopefully it's not too serious. A gashed head or something like that would be nice, rather than concussion. Or a fractured skull or anything, which would obviously be a complete disaster. What would also be a complete disaster, though, is if we fail to beat Bologna today and Juventus get away with their slip up against Lazio. Because I think if they go into that last 4 games and they've got easy games and they're still ahead of us, then they're going to win the title. We have to assertively say we're not happy with this, so we can step it up. What we're also going to do is pull Zaniolato and put on Bonaventura, so we can go more aggressive. He can be an advanced playmaker, which is what he prefers most when he's playing in the middle. I'm going to have to tell them to push forward now and actually put some real pressure on this fortress of a defence. 3 at the back with 2 sitting deep defensive midfielders and wing backs, and then 2 central midfielders. It's an absolute blockade at the back there, which I would hope would be able to break through, but it doesn't look like it. I think we're going to have to go more aggressive if we get to 70 minutes without creating anything. We're going to have to do something here. So let's have a look. What options do we have? Do we have Suso as an option? 45 minutes past the fitness test. We do have Suso as an option. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go Bonaventura wide. And we're going to... who are we going to pull off? We're going to take Frank Kessie off for Suso. Right, let's push Bonucci forward. We're going to play with two centre backs in Barzagli and Romagnoli. We're going to play Biglia in there more defensively. Conte, Calabria, Bonaventura, Suso. We're going to go attacking. We're going to go more direct. We're going to go down the flanks. We're going to get higher tempo. We're going to go wide. And we're going to try and stretch these guys with that negative narrow formation. This is our roll of the dice here. We might get caught trying to play so aggressively, but at the end of the day, a draw leaves Juventus in the driver's seat, which is no good for us. I would think Juventus would be more than capable of seeing it out. And talking about being more than capable of seeing it out, Bologna today, it's been a defensive masterclass. They've come here, they've sat in deep defensively, and we created literally not a thing. I've said a lot of fans would like to come and see this today if we could go talk. Clearly the fans who came and see it will be gutted that they did, because it's been absolute poison. It's forward for Palacio now, 20 seconds left. Palacio will just probably hold this up for the draw. No, he goes across. Tie there now. Could it even get worse? Tie there to Palacio. The two of them venturing forward. How aggressive. Palacio whips it in. Calabria away. Bonucci flicks it on. And they are coming forward now. Iniguez, Nagy, Conte with a good challenge. Launch it, Conte. Conte does launch it, and the whistle goes. And they're going to get absolutely put on blast here for that abysmal showing. Shocking, absolutely shocking stuff. It's a fractured cheekbone for Locatelli, but what a poor game. Just terrible, absolutely terrible. Worst result for months. Worst result since the Benevento draw, or even the Torino loss. It's a shocker. It really is. If we look at Serie A, are they even that good defensively? Bologna down here. 45 goals have conceded. No, they're pretty much just the same as everybody else. And we've blown it. We've absolutely blown it. If you look at Juventus' schedule, home to Crotone, at home to Bologna, away to Spal, and at home to Atalanta. There's no way they slip up again. No way. Well, in case you guys can't tell, I'm absolutely just bust by that, to put it frankly. I'm absolutely gutted by that. It's not even as if we were battering at the door and we just couldn't break through. They just came, camped in, and we created nothing. The 90 minutes went by without anything. I don't know if I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, because that was really poor. If you could drop down below and leave a like out of courtesy or pity even, then that would be much appreciated. If you want to subscribe to the channel, follow the series. We're probably not going to beat Juventus now, but the Europa League is still on. We'll be taking on Nice in the first game of the next series in that one, so you'll want to see that. See if we can put the first foot into the final. Overall, thanks for watching the videos, guys, even though sometimes we do get an absolute stinker like that, but I do certainly appreciate it, and I'll see you next time when we're trying to put one foot in the Europa League final.